Two, one, we're live.
Hey, how you doing? It's Mike Neighbors, and this is Friday at 4:20. So good of you to join us on this Tuesday afternoon. Looking a little cloudy out there. I know the show is called Friday at 4:20, but we now do it Tuesdays at about 4:35. I hope that's not too confusing for you. Very confusing for us, particularly Manolis. It's great to have you with us. Don't forget, you can always check out previous editions of this show on any of the streaming services and just search Friday at 4:20. And I don't know, I lost track at about 17,000 episodes. So somewhere in there. So please go check it out. We've got a brand new guest with us. I believe it's his first time. We're really looking forward to having a chat with our special guest. But first, we got to introduce the panel, as we always do, to kick off Friday at 4:20. So let's say hello to my mentor, my life coach, and you know what? My personal health guru now, Patrick Coppolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick. I'd love to start off with a health question now that you're my personal health guru.
Okay.
And primarily, I think, this would be helpful for everybody watching at home. How is it that you stay so fit?
It's just a steady regimen of pizza pockets. We got to throw some pogos in there once in a while.
Oh, I like pogos. That's good.
Some pogos, lots of booze.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Throw some chicken wings in there too.
That's it.
And lots of and then lots of computer time in the chair. Stay in the chair.
That's how you get that real pasty white skin look, right?
Yes.
That's what you want, that healthy pasty white skin
no sun.
look.
It's really important. No vitamin D.
Well, now everybody
smoke. Wow. You should start smoking again too. I've told you this already.
Oh yes. I need to pick up the cigs. Got to get on the cigs again. Now everybody understands, and I think that's we could launch a whole separate episode, a whole separate show. Patrick's health tips, at least until he dies, which probably won't be too far off.
Probably.
Good to catch up with you again, Patrick. I always love seeing you, and I always love seeing this next guy as he continues to fiddle around with whatever the fiddling around with. He's always fiddling. I think it's the ADD. Please say hello to Manolis Zontanos.
Hey, dude. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. I probably do have ADD.
You definitely do. There's
do
no
I?
question. Absolutely.
Why? Because I keep...
You got attention deficit disorder. There's no question in my mind, man.
For real?
Absolutely.
I was thinking I might have that problem lately. That's just the only...
Not just lately. I think you've had it since you were a kid. It's part of the reason that you struggled in school, because it was really hard. It's really hard when you have attention deficit disorder. It's really, really hard to pay attention in school, which I think is what you struggle with, as well as your dyslexia and several other mental health issues.
I live off of the street. Dude, check this out. I lived off the street called Sherry Lane, okay? Which I only found out that street's named Sherry Lane like maybe 10 years ago. I've been here all my life. So my mom wants me to drop... We have these special fruits that my dad grew off this tree that's from Greece, I guess. And all these Greek people are like coming out of the woodwork because they want it. They want this fruit, right? Because it's expensive. So my mom's like, drop it off at so-and-so. She's a Greek lady, lives up the street. It's like she's off Hildegard. I'm like, where the fuck's Hildegard? So Hildegard is the next street over from fucking Sherry Lane. So I've lived here all my fucking life.
You have no idea.
Dude, I'm 50 years old. 51. I'm sorry. I'm 51 years old, and I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Where do I live?
Hildegard.
Hildegard.
What the fuck is this street? It's like right there.
You've never had to turn left.
He doesn't know. He's turned left lots of times. He still has no idea. He's trying to get away from the cops. He has no idea where he is.
Well, the thing about street signs is you have to read them.
Oh.
So it's going to be difficult.
And I guarantee you Hildegard is not an easy one to read. Right? It's not like Park Street or something.
Until yesterday, I didn't even know there was a Hildegard.
Well, Manoli, it's always great having you hang out with us. And you are looking dapper, my friend. You look good. It's been too long since we've hung out together in real person.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Last time
Patrick and I see each other all the time.
What?
Really? Shit. We didn't. Oh, yeah, no. So anyway, what do you say I introduce our special guest? Everybody, please welcome to the show a very special guest. He's a stand-up comic. He's currently going to Mac for his PhD in philosophy. Everybody say hello to Ryan Schneider.
Woo, Ryan.
Hello.
I decided to upgrade you, man. I know you're not going for your PhD, but I thought, screw it. Let's just put it out there. He's going for his PhD.
You committed me to some more textbook purchases for sure.
What you're going to Mac for philosophy. You've picked up after a 7-year hiatus.
Yeah.
So how much farther do you have to go to get the PhD? Not the PhD, to get the whatever
Bachelor.
it is, bachelor, to get that in philosophy. How much longer do you have to go?
Assuming I don't screw things up too badly and spend too many nights down at Levity, I should be able to finish it this year.
Oh, really? Oh, so we're on the cusp.
Yeah, fall term, winter term, and then that's it.
Oh, good for you, man. That'll be fantastic. So looking back on it now, as you close in on having your papers to say that you're an expert in philosophy, was philosophy the right choice?
It's better than working in a warehouse. 100%.
And for those of you watching on Facebook Live right now, you'll notice as I'm having this conversation with Ryan, Manolis is already tuned out. He's already, the ADD kicked in. He's like, my glasses are dirty. I don't even know where I am. He's given up on us.
I'm just trying to figure out what the word philosophy means.
I was going to say,
I don't even know what yet.
For me to talk about it, that's about the smallest of the big words that would come. So it's like,
but what kind of job do you get with that degree?
Professors of philosophy.
So you're being taught by someone so you can take his job, basically?
Replace them. Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
But is that your only option, is to teach what you just got taught? I don't understand.
A lot of corporations like it for kind of consulting for problem solving, like finding efficiencies and stuff.
That's interesting.
It's not business though, but it's outside of the box thinking.
Like engineering.
No, engineers love boxes.
I heard that.
Oh, they only think in the box?
Yeah.
Oh.
In the box and how the box can slide across the floor.
Why
how we
built
a lot of time in the box.
Why am I getting a hard on?
Engineers do how and philosophers do why.
Oh, okay.
Oh, excellent. You know what? That's very interesting, and I never thought about the consultant angle. And back when I used to be in radio, we used to call them consultants. But anyway, but that's a good angle, right? I mean, because you could bring a new dynamic, a new way of thinking to a corporation that's kind of stayed in the old ways of thinking. The way Levity is just the same all the time. You could help Levity branch out into new avenues.
I heard people who work there get less stage time, so I don't know.
Have you seen how many times Dan Brennan's been on? They had too much stage time.
Yeah.
Ryan, it is great to have you joining us for the show, and I hope you bring all of that great knowledge on philosophy to our lame little questions here. I've got 12 envelopes, 12 random questions, and we're going to start the game. Ryan's a fan of the show as well as a stand-up comic, so he knows how it's played. He can't wait to get his first question on Friday at 4:20. This is, see, you could apply some philosophy to this one, Ryan. Here we go. This question on Friday at 4:20, in case you were wondering, it's random envelope number 12. I like to make sure everybody understands this truly is random. Favorite thing to do on a rainy day? It looks like the next couple of days are it's going to rain like a son of a bitch. Favorite thing to do on a rainy day, and in brackets underneath, I swear to God it says this, in brackets underneath, not masturbating. So that I put that in to make Manolis think of other things.
Well, you said a rainy day, not a rainy 15 minutes. So we need more than one activity here.
What's your favorite thing to do on a rainy day, Ryan?
Before it was like assigned to me, I would say reading, but now I want an escape from reading whenever I can. So I'm going to say my electronic drums.
Oh, the electronic drums, right? You showed me earlier. You took a little scan of the room there, and you have like now
for the people on the radio. I've taken some formal lessons in the past, and now there's just so many YouTube tutorials. You could do that all day.
You can learn just about anything on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, so do you play along with like some of your favorite bands and stuff? Is that how you sort of get into the rhythm and get grooving? And
yeah, and then you can find stuff where it's just a guitar playing in time, and so you kind of
make a little jam.
Yeah, it's like practice for jamming. And I've jammed a few times in the past with guitarists who were so much better than me that they were becoming impatient.
No, knowing what you know so far about drumming,
Yeah.
who do you think is the greatest drummer ever? Who in your estimation, just your opinion, who do you think is the greatest drummer ever?
That's really tough. Neil
Is it?
Peart's obviously really creative, and
Neil
I
Peart.
love that he wrote the lyrics for a lot of their stuff too. It's like
Sure
how
did.
much behind the band he was very, very amazing. John Bonham is always fun.
Yeah,
There's a lot of guys who brought a lot to the
that's
the game.
That's a couple of grade A answers there. I'm going to give you an A on that paper, Ryan. Good for you. Manoli, what's your favorite thing to do on a rainy day? In brackets, it says not masturbating. Go.
Okay, well, I just want to say I heard that John Bonham was one of the first guys to think about putting microphones in the you know what do you call the foot thing where you're the foot
bass drum.
bass drums. He put like the microphones to hear it.
So it would thump like hell
Thump.
through the stadium, right?
Yeah, that's the thing I heard. I don't know if that's he's the first, but that's pretty cool. I would say, fucking what's his name though? Something about Ringo Starr. Everybody hates him. I think he's awesome. But
Ringo Starr was a really good drummer.
yeah, everybody thought he sucked, but I don't like. I mean,
because he was the ugly guy in the group.
He was with the Beatles, man.
My uncle told me when I was younger, I don't know if this is true, he said in an interview, someone asked one of the other Beatles, do you think Ringo Starr is the best drummer in the world? And they said, I don't think he's the best drummer in the band.
That's a good answer.
No idea if that's true, but it's a great
That's a
clip.
great answer. Manoli, the question actually wasn't about drummers, and I don't know where we got off track there. That was a follow-up I did with Ryan in particular.
I know. I just wanted to.
Oh, you wanted to weigh in? Okay, well that's cool, brother. I mean, it's your show too, so do what you got to do. What's your favorite thing to do on a rainy day, man?
Rain. I don't know, man. I guess I do enjoy.
You just got a day. There's nothing. You can't go outside because it's shitty raining. So what are you gonna do? You're just gonna relax. You're gonna nap. You're gonna cook. You're gonna.
I like watching sad movies on rainy days. I think, or emotional movies, definitely.
Emotion. You like to get emotionally charged up on a rainy day.
Yeah. I mean, always Dirty Dancing. If that's on a rainy day, you know you're gonna watch it. You know, it's like it's just. Come on, Mike. You can't tell me. Do you not think that that's one of the best movies of all time?
No, I don't even think it's one of the best movies of that year.
It's not even the best movie in the band.
You know what the best thing about that movie was too, though, was like, here's this young girl that goes to this is it a camp? I don't know. Whatever it is.
Yeah. The Catskills.
She gets involved in dancing and like meets Patrick Swayze, but like Patrick Swayze's trying to look like he's like a younger man, obviously, but like he definitely looks like a man that he's in his late 30s, as far as I'm concerned, and she's probably just like late teens. She's not. I don't even think
it was terrible.
And it's like that's the only really. No one ever talks about age. It's like, why is this old man banging this chick in the river?
Any movie that has the line "nobody puts baby in the corner," like it's just like even the fact that her name was Baby was I just found the whole thing off-putting.
Yeah, and like the dad's taking care of this child his whole entire life, and this guy's around for like 3 weeks, and he's like, "Hey, no one puts baby in a corner." Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know you took care of this fucking kid for the last 20 years. You psycho. All right.
So Ryan's playing drums on a rainy day. Manolis is watching Dirty Dancing, and I can't help but think that maybe he just gives that answer in hopes of turning Patrick's mom on. Patrick, what do you do on a rainy day, my friend?
My favorite drummer is.
Who is your favorite?
I don't know. I don't have one. Ryan Schneider.
There you go.
I actually heard Bill Bird's a really good drummer now.
Oh, really? He's taken up the drums, has he?
Yeah.
That to get out some of the rage?
Yeah. Other than comedy, he learned how to fly a helicopter and play drums.
That's how he flies the helicopter.
By playing the drums, yeah.
I heard Dana Carvey actually plays, and that was him in Wayne's World.
Oh,
really?
Okay.
That's cool.
Dana Carvey's good. I like Dana Carvey's. His impressions are so good. My God.
Yeah, he's great.
But we're off. We've got On a rainy day, Patrick
Wait.
Coppolino
Would you guys go in a helicopter ride with Bill Burr?
Yes.
You would?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What envelope was that fucking question? You've stolen topic number 8. Jesus.
Well, it's actually a good segue into my actual answer, though, because of my broken hand, I can't do my other favorite rainy day thing. Not that, but I can't play other computer games.
Right.
Because my hand's broken. It's impossible to use my mouse. So
Mouth?
I got my mouth. So I was thinking, like, what kind of game can I still play? And I discovered the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I got that. And so I ordered like I've got the
joystick,
the flight stick with the throttle.
You can do the joystick with the broken hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
So I've been doing that, and it's amazing. I did a Facebook Live tour over Hamilton yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got the whole world. Every city in the world is on it. It's crazy.
Because I've heard, like, guys, you can kind of like buzz the Eiffel Tower and shit, and
everything.
Yeah,
like you can fly over Cops Coliseum. Like, it's so cool.
Wait a minute. You're really there? What do you mean?
Yeah. People outside can see my plane.
He's on a computer, but the graphics are so real that it's just like you're flying a plane over Hamilton or whatever place you decide you want to fly.
Well, that's the funny thing. I've had this game for like a week now. I can go anywhere in the world, and I've spent 90% of my time flying over Hamilton, Stony Creek. Like, I can go to Europe. I can go anywhere in the United States.
Can you fly nice and low?
Yeah, you can land on the ground. I could land on King Street.
I just had so many dreams of like flying off the escarpment and then doing a nice dip down.
You can do that.
That's called suicide.
You can do that with your car.
Yeah, it's a different. Can't really pull out.
So many questions, Patrick. But because I did see something on social media. I think you were playing it, but I only look at your social media posts to see if Lindsay's in them, and then when she's not, I just move on. But the thing is that this Microsoft what is it called? Flight Simulator.
Flight Simulator, yeah.
Is it expensive?
It can be. Like the software itself is like $90, but
then you need some of the equipment.
Well, you don't need it, but it's way better with it.
It's way cheaper than a plane.
Right.
Yeah. That's some feedback there.
That was something. Somebody's got a police scanner going. Are they wanted by the cops? Manolis is always listening, just in case. You never know. They're coming up Hildebrand.
Do you think you could fly a plane now, Patrick? Is that what you're telling me?
Probably. I could give a good try. Anyways, it's really in depth. Like it's like you have to know how to turn the plane on. When I first got the game, I was just sitting on the runway and I couldn't do anything because you have to. It has the whole control panel. You got to turn everything on.
It's like you're in a real cockpit. Do you have a choice of planes?
Oh yeah, there's tons. You can do everything from like a small 2-seater Cessna all the way up to like a Boeing 747, and those are actually really cool.
That sounds like a rabbit hole I could go down and never come out of, man. That would be so wicked.
And you can choose live time and weather. So if I went right now, it would be like almost
cloudy,
5 p.m.
Right.
And like whatever the actual weather is, it'll be that in the game. It's cool.
That is awesome.
That is very cool. All right. Well, that is an excellent answer. Far better than the other two guys' answers. For what you would do on a rainy day. Let's move on, shall we, on this Friday at 4:20. Our special guest is Ryan Schneider. Somebody want to say something?
I was just saying, don't get me wrong. I'm doing that on a beautiful day, too. I'm staying inside.
Again, hence back to our original discussion about the pasty white skin. All right, here we go. This topic is for our friend Manolis. It's going to be topic number 10 if you're keeping track at home, and I know you probably are. Thank you so much for joining us for Friday at 4:20. Here we go. It is a laundry question. I know everybody's riveted to their seats. The question is, Manolis, this one's for you. If you had your choice, what would you rather do as far as laundry is concerned? Would it be the sorting and moving it in and out of the machines, or the folding? What's the better part of the laundry job? Is it the sorting and washing and drying it, or is it the folding?
It's better there's no sorting. So whatever I have, I just throw it in that fucking.
That one, so that one's gone. But the actual act of jamming it in the washer and then moving it to the dryer, is that better, or would you rather be the folder if I was going to take care of it?
I think I would definitely like the fold. I was, it's so weird that you asked this question because I was literally thinking about this yesterday while I was doing the laundry. I'm like, there's got to be an easier way to get these fucking wet clothes into the dryer without me having to pull it out of the top. And then I gotta go in through the front. You know what I mean? Why isn't there like a contraption in the middle that it just shoots it over, and I don't have to fucking deal with it? You know what I mean?
Or just one machine, that is both.
Some machines are side by side, and you just lift and dump.
But you still have to move the wet clothes over to it.
He made it sound like it was like top to bottom was the
No,
problem.
I keep my dryer in the attic, so that's the other part. So I don't keep it beside
another part of the house.
I keep it
to
in
the sun.
It's in the garage. But I had to stop doing my nephew's laundry because my nephew's got these little like bath towels, like these little hand towels, and I'm pretty sure these I think they're his jizz rags. So, and I'm like, my clothes have been smelling a little weird lately, so I just started. I just do my own laundry now.
That's good. That's a good call.
Because I don't want his jizz like being in the water and going into my Western shirts. You know what I mean?
No. And then some girl rubs up against you and he gets her pregnant. It's like, wow, that is like weird.
That's happened.
I know. It's technically it has.
Science, man.
I really appreciated Ryan's philosophical answer, which was, again, thinking outside the box. Why isn't it just one machine? Ryan, see, that's a little philosophy there, buddy.
Why?
Because why couldn't the washer go? The water drains, and then that same machine was the dryer.
So
right?
that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist then.
I've never seen it.
I guarantee there's a prototype somewhere, and the washing and drying cabal was like, no, we'd be selling half as many machines.
That's probably what it is. I'd pay the extra money though.
It's always a cabal.
Just like they held the electric car back.
Sons of bitches. Ryan, now as long as the cabal is interfering with us having this really cool machine that you thought of, are you going to be the activity of the washing and the drying or the folding? Which is the better activity if you had to split it up?
Now, I'm a very messy eater, so there's an extra first step called the stain removal. Yeah, you got to get the stain removal going. I don't mind that so much because it's my own fault. Yeah, I'd say I load the machine, make sure that it gets from one to the other before it gets mildewy. So you got a 2-day window, I'd say. But recently I discovered that my girlfriend likes folding, which is perfect because I would just have clothes sit in the hamper until the hamper's empty, and then I could finally put my dirty clothes off the floor and into the
Right.
But she folds shirts differently than I do in a way such that my many graphic tee logos aren't on the top, but somebody told me to not complain to her or she'll stop doing it. So that's just how it goes now.
That was really good advice. If somebody's doing something for you, don't complain about how they do it. I really like that advice, Ryan.
However wrong it is.
However wrong. It could be totally wrong. How about you, Patrick Coppolino? Do you do laundry in your house, or is that handled by other people?
Lindsay usually does it.
Okay.
I do it too.
No, you don't. You don't.
Washing? Do you want it? The actual washing and the drying? I had thrown sorting in there, but Manolis decided sorting.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm progressive like Manolis. I don't like to segregate my laundry either.
No,
but starting tomorrow, only my fully vaxxed clothes are getting in.
Segregation lives. Woo!
But I mean, obviously, yeah. If you're not separating the clothes, even if you had to sort it, throwing it in the laundry is obviously the easier one. But there's something calming. Depends on the day. Sometimes I enjoy just sitting there folding shirts and stuff. Putting 2 pairs of socks together.
Well, there is something about it, right? I mean, that you can I think it's kind of almost a Zen thing where you kind of tune into a TV show or something and you're just full, and then it's all done. And it looks good.
It is like it's a rewarding feeling to look at your finished basket all neat, folded, ready to go.
Yes.
But I used to live out of the basket for a while. I didn't bother putting it. Yeah, I didn't bother putting it in the dresser. I'd fold it. It'd all be folded nice and neat in my basket, but then I would use it and then put the dirties back in the basket.
Wouldn't you wear the same underwear for a week?
Yeah, that was like 10 years ago. I wore the same underwear and socks for 2 weeks. I'd shower and then put them back on.
Well, okay.
But
That brings up an interesting point here. And listen, we're just going to flush this out once and for all. All right. What do we think? Honestly, what do we think the duration of a pair of underwear is? I mean, because I think
like its full life cycle or the just before
no,
wash?
how long can it go? How like is it's not like one day and then it has to be washed. I don't agree with that.
I say 3 days.
3 days is your answer, Manolis. What about you?
Half a day.
That's an honest man.
I like to switch my underwear twice a day, just because I fart a lot, and you know.
Oh, I know. Sometimes that gets messy.
No, I honestly I'm just once a day, Once a day.
Once a day. But you think that's it? It needs to be changed once a day.
Yeah,
I think it's circumstantial, but
sure. I mean, if something were to happen, Ryan, help us out here.
Not to get too philosophical, but I'm gonna say if everything is going smoothly, you can wear the underwear you wore yesterday. But the train ends immediately as soon as you've exercised or gotten too excited.
Yeah. If it's particularly sweaty or what, I mean, I'm just saying, just regular day-to-day wear, you can get a couple of days of a pair of underwear, man. There's nothing wrong.
But if you're getting up in the morning to exercise, like to start your day, that might be a foreign concept on this in this crowd. If you're getting up early to exercise, though, go ahead, use yesterday's underwear because you're going to want to take it off and have a shower after, and then you start a new day after your shower.
That's good. See, listen, philosophy guy here has lots of good answers. I don't. You two, I've been working with you guys for 2 years now. I barely heard one good answer between the two of you.
Ever.
Way to go, Ryan. You're doing awesome. This is Friday at 420. Manolis, Patrick Coppolino, and our good friend Ryan Schneider has joined us for this episode. Thank you for joining us live on Facebook this afternoon. Or if you're watching this after the fact, thank you for checking out episodes of Friday at 420 on all the streaming services, all the most popular streaming services. Friday at 420, search it. You'll be very happy you did. Let's do topic number 3. This one is for Patrick Coppolino. Patty cakes. Oh, look at this. This is crazy because Manolis kind of joined. He started the topic earlier, and now it's actually the topic. I want you to tell me the last movie that made you cry.
Okay, I thought it was going to be like Manolis. How crazy would it be if his question was, "Would you get in a helicopter with Bill Burr?"
No, I did not make that a topic.
I don't think I would.
You don't think you? I would, just to be able to hang out with Bill Burr. I'd go anywhere. I love
risk
Bill
it
Burr.
all.
He's doing too much, man. In my life, if me and him get together, it doesn't make sense. So if he's gonna die in a helicopter, it's going to be the day when I'm in it.
Right.
So,
but if you're gonna die, what a way to die! Having Bill Burr screaming in your ear as you go down.
He's like yelling at me. Why did you touch all those buttons?
All right, last movie that made you cry, Patrick Coppolino, go.
That made me cry?
That made you cry. Last movie that you remember making that made you really tear up. That got you.
Click. You know the one with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
I remember I saw that in the theaters. It was the first movie, like maybe the only movie that's ever made me tear up.
Really? Because it gets pretty emotional, doesn't it?
It was the scene when after he can't control how far ahead his life is going, he keeps fast forwarding on its own, and he realized that his dad died, and he goes back in time to the last time he saw his dad, and he's kind of being his dick to his dad, and his dad just stares at him. He goes, "I love you, son," and then he keeps replaying it over and over again. "I love you, son. I love you, son." That moment.
Patrick broke down. Yay! You have a heart after all, Scarecrow.
The only movie that made me cry was an Adam Sandler movie.
An Adam Sandler movie.
He's a pretty deep dude, actually.
Well, some of his movies they can get pretty deep. Manoli, let's I'm afraid of what the answer might be, but what's the last movie that made you cry?
Out of your eyes.
Out of your eyes.
I think that I got choked up yesterday for some reason, but is it okay?
Sure.
It was it was a TV show though.
That's okay. I'll take a TV show.
Okay, it was so it was The Office, and Dwight was in the stairwell like crying,
right?
Because that girl, Angela, doesn't like him anymore, and Jim goes down there and has like a heart-to-heart talk with him, and just says like, he tells him why he left Scranton is because fucking he was in love with what's her name? Pam. Sorry, he was in love with Pam, and he just explains there's like I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. It's like basically I know how you feel. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy, like to him. Like he's like, because they always hate each other. And in this moment, he's like I want you to understand. I feel for you, and it really, I don't know why. It's just like really choked me up. Like I was like, oh fuck, that's because like, you know, no one likes to see there's something about no one ever wants to see someone be sad, you know. Right. I like to do this. I've done this a handful of times where like I've been in people's lives in weird times where like they're really fucked up or choked up or something's wrong, and I'm like, I have this moment and I'll say, listen, this is the worst you're ever gonna feel. From this moment on, it's not gonna be as bad as this moment. It just gets better from this moment. It won't get worse than this. It won't feel great tomorrow, but it's not gonna be as bad as now. And like they always say,
good way to look at it.
Yeah, and that I've everybody I've said that to, it's like they tell me later like that fucking really helped them mentally.
Excellent. That's a good point. I never would have thought an episode of The Office was going to come up. But you know what? I mean, some those really well written comedy shows touch the heart sometimes, right? I mean, and that's good writing, man. So I appreciate that. And it was interesting that Dwight was kind of his worst enemy, but he didn't wish that pain on even his worst enemy, who's Dwight. So very philosophical here, Ryan, don't you think? Man, we're getting pretty heavy. We probably all could graduate your little lame course there at Mac now. What is the last movie that you remember making you cry?
My answer was very nearly What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which is a very sad movie.
That is a sad movie. That's a heavy movie.
But more recently, I watched Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, and I got through the part where Ben Affleck is talking about his daughter and like how fatherhood changes you, and I was like, wow, that was really touching for this like otherwise stoner comedy. And then at the end, when Jay and his daughter have the coffee outside the Quick Stop, I dropped.
You lost it.
I dropped a couple tears.
Nice. It's fascinating, isn't it? That sometimes it's someplace out of nowhere, and maybe that's why you're a little more vulnerable at that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not expecting it. Because when they kind of cue up here come the tears. It's like, no, that's not going to get me.
Your daughter just walked by in the back.
That was actually my wife.
That was his wife.
That was my wife. But I'm sure she would appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a compliment for sure.
Oh, sorry.
She was. I'm not sure what she was. She was getting something, and she, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So that's Stephanie's first guest appearance on the show. Everybody, let's do another topic. We got time. We might have time for two, but let's do this one, and then we'll see if we have time for more. This one's for Ryan. This is topic number 2. Are you the type of person, Ryan Schneider, who buys people drinks when you're drunk? Do you get a little fast and loose with the cash when you're hammered?
No.
Shut that shit down, bro.
I have a pretty tight circle of people who it's like, if they were for some reason financially worse off than me, the philosophy student, I would help them out. That doesn't come up very often.
No.
I definitely don't get like more generous when I'm drunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you get when you're drunk? What's the, you're not necessarily more generous, but what are you, a happy-go-lucky kind of drunk guy? Are you I'm angry like Bill Burr?
I'm affectionate and obnoxiously so to some people.
Nice. So you don't have to buy drinks if I'm loving you up, right, man? I'm loving you, baby.
Getting that shoulder pillow.
All right, I'm gonna go Patrick next. Patrick, are you the type of guy who starts just getting loose and fast and loose with the credit card when you're drunk, or do you keep it pretty tight to the vest, bro?
It depends. If I feel like no one will drink with me unless I do buy them drinks, maybe. But like if they're doing their own thing, buying their own drinks, I'm not gonna just volunteer to spend my money.
Right.
But I'm definitely, if I'm feeling like people aren't at my speed, then maybe I will. Okay. At least a few shots.
Oh, I like that. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, right? Because you're kind of going, I'm on a roll here, baby. I need everybody join me in this time because I am having it, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good way to look at it, man. I like that. Manoli, Manoli, who would give the shirt off his back to a person he doesn't even know. Do you get a little fast and loose, Manoli, with the drinks for people when you're drunk?
I'm fast and loose with everything, bro. I have to say, I've learned tricks along the way. So like, if you say like you're hanging out with a girl at a bar and you feel like, oh, this might be going somewhere, but you're buying her drinks, but you don't want to be like, I don't want to be out this girl drinks all night, and then at the end it's like, what? Like, so I like to try to make out with them early on in the bar, like I try going for a little kiss.
And if it's gonna happen,
and if they do this, like, whoa, wait, what are you doing? And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I misread that, and that's the best part because they can't get drinks off you anymore. They're like, but see, here's the thing. They're like, oh, they can't go. Like, oh, can I get a drink? You know, it's like, no, I know where this is going. We're friends. I don't buy. I'm not spend $100 on my friend for drinks. But like, there's a difference. Like, if I'm hanging out with Pat. And at halfway in the night, I lean in for a kiss. Pat makes out with me. That's the difference. And I keep buying him drinks.
That's awesome.
Yeah. If you want the drinks, you gotta
put out
some. But here, I see what you're saying, Manolis. But it's almost just as bad in a way, because what you're saying is instead of buying them drinks all night and getting mad that they won't fuck you, you try to fuck them first, and if they don't, then you're like, I'm not buying you drinks.
No, I'm not trying to fuck them at all. I'm trying,
but so you're admitting that at no point buying them drinks was about just being nice. It was just
no,
to fuck
God
them.
no. Like, if I meet a girl and we're hanging out, like, it's like, do you think I'm just buying some girl drinks all night because like, oh, she was so cool? No, maybe I would. It works out and I end up liking her and dating her and going out with her. That'd be great too. But right now, I'm like thinking in my brain's like, oh, I wouldn't mind getting laid right now. But like, does this chick want to get laid, or is this chick just milking me for fucking like drinks? It's just,
yeah.
You know, I know it's wrong, and it's like I don't know what the word is, but
I think
shallow. You were going to say shallow.
There's more subtle ways to gauge interest. I like to. My move is if they're about to leave, you say, "Well, would you stay if I buy you a drink?" And then it puts the ball in their court, and you're only probably buying 1 or 2 drinks.
And then they leave.
That sounds a little worse.
I don't know.
I just think like, hey, you can't get mad at me for like not wanting to buy you drinks for the rest of the night now, right?
I know.
No one can ever get mad at you, Manolis.
But you'll go, oh, now because you know I won't fuck you, you're not gonna buy me drinks now?
Yeah. And they go, yeah.
You know, Manolis,
big mysteries here.
I love your confidence that, a guy who's going to Mac for philosophy and has almost got his degree gave you advice and you were like, no, I know better.
Listen, I hung out with this girl one time. We're friends still. She's cool. But when we first met, I was trying to think like, oh, this might be going somewhere. I spent like at least $100 on her, like on drinks. And at the end of the night, all I did was try going for a kiss. And she's like, oh, no, I thought we're just friends. I'm like, oh, all your friends are dropping $100 on you?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're pretending now. To me, that's just as insulting. You're pretending that there was this is normal. This is not fucking normal. I don't spend $100 on anybody. Okay. Like I said, Patrick, he blows me afterwards.
Wait, you give them $100?
What?
I'd pay. I would.
It went
$20.
No, I from a kiss to a blowjob. How did that happen?
No, but like you're spending like your shots, beers. One time I met a girl. One time she's like, hey, can you buy me a drink? I'm like, sure. I couldn't fucking believe it. She gets her drink and I go to pay for it. The guy goes $10.50. I go, what? What did you say? She's like $10.50. I'm like, looked at her. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, do you want me to pay for it? I'm like, no. I go, it's okay. I'm like, you're kidding me? We just met. You getting I'm buying you a drink. You go for a drink that I didn't know drinks were $10.50. Are you fucking kidding? I could buy 2 CDs for that at fucking cheapies if they were still open. You know what I mean? Like my point being is like you know what I did? Because I had her number. I took her name out. I put $10.50 in it.
Maybe
I-
she ordered a double. She's just trying to be expedient.
No, it's
you
some
know?
fancy dancy drink. The fruit and
Manolis
stuff.
is sitting there doing the show, drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon, so we know he's not exactly high-end guy with the drinks. So-
It's 5.9, dude. 5.9.
I know.
That's efficiency.
All right. Listen, we got to wrap this episode of Friday at 420 up. But Ryan, I know what you're going to say. You can't believe how fast it went by. It's true. It is almost done here. But before we leave, let's talk to you a little bit about your stand-up comedy. I know you like to get out there and play some shows. And have you got anything coming up? Is there a social media profile we can follow? What's going on?
My Instagram is called Maximum Butter. Like how much butter I get on my toast at restaurants.
Maximum Butter. I love it.
Yeah. I'll be doing a show, St. Catharines, the Taps, early October.
Okay.
Everyone should go down to Levity whenever they can, support it. I used to have a room on the mountain that's waiting to resume.
Oh, okay.
But on the Facebook page, Mountain Comedy Night, when there's an update, it'll be posted there. Mountain
Comedy Night. You can check that out on Facebook. And our good friend Ryan Schneider. What are you still working out? Is the room going to be in the same? It's going to be the same room.
They promised me, Firth's Celtic Pub.
Okay.
Bring your business to them when the comedy shows resumes.
Excellent. Keep an eye on Mountain Comedy Night on Facebook, and you'll find our good friend Ryan Schneider, and you can follow him at Maximum Butter. Ryan, it was great having you hang out with us, man, and good luck with the philosophy stuff at Mac. You're going to probably need it.
Thank you.
Manoli, what do you got to say, buddy? We're closing it up. We're wrapping it up, buddy.
I just want to say, if a girl's buying me drinks all night and she wants to have sex, I'm going to have sex with her. You know what I mean?
Or if she just wants a kiss, you will give her a kiss.
Because I'm going to make out with her. That's the person I am.
Right. I understand, buddy. I understand. You give until it hurts. Do you have anything you'd like to plug before we leave this?
Man, I don't know. I can't think of anything on top of my head right now.
Okay.
Nah.
It's okay. You don't have to. It's all good.
I can't think.
How did Levity go last week? I know because after last week's show, I know our buddy Mace and Sophie were going to play on the Wednesday night. We had a great night.
Yeah, Wednesday was amazing.
Sophie's going to be there this weekend. Sophie's going to be there this weekend.
Yes,
Sophie Buttle.
Sophie Buttle's going to be headlining this Friday and Saturday.
Oh, fabulous!
And Mace Scaloni is going to be opening for her.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And then obviously tomorrow night's another amateur night. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got another awesome lineup.
So go to levitycomedyclub.com. Go to levitycomedyclub.com right now and get your tickets because you can't expect that they're going to be at the door because we have limited capacity still. So for Wednesday night's amateur night, Friday and Saturday night, Mace Scaloni opening for Sophie Buttle. What a great weekend that's going to be.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, that is
awesome.
awesome.
Right now.
Yeah, go online, right? Get your tickets, man. That's what you got to do. And everything else is good at Levity. We're rolling along, buddy?
Yeah.
Any other shows coming up?
Yeah, we've got shows. We've got tons of shows booked until like the end of November. We've got like Sandra Battellini coming in. Mike Mitchell's doing his This Is the Thing night there in November,
nice.
Where we're gonna do a screening plus a comedy show and a Q&A with the comics that were featured in the show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, lots of funny people. Not all the tickets are up on the site yet, but they will be very soon.
Okay.
So
keep an eye on levitycomedyclub.com for all of your comedy needs here in the Hammer. Thank you so much, everybody. It was a great show. We appreciate you hanging out with us, and mostly we appreciate you hanging out with us live on Facebook. And if you're catching this at a later date off one of the streaming services, thank you so much for paying attention to Friday at 420. We certainly appreciate it. And until we get a chance to talk to you again in a week's time, have an awesome week.
Woo!